a little relieved and pleased that we won the game. I give Hofstra a lot of credit. Coach Mihalik, who I've known for a long time, is a heck of a coach. He inherited a team with very few players and was able to piece together a roster, and I think they're playing really well together. I thought that what changed it for us was our defense. I think our aggression, causing some turnovers, getting some easier baskets, not having to face the zone quite as much, helped us. Cedric I thought was great, and I thought Trey Davis was great. So we're really pleased as a team win, and it's good to see us respond because we didn't feel very good about our Minnesota game. We've been shooting atrociously, and we see a zone that's packed in. So I thought it was good guts, I guess, for lack of a better term, intestinal fortitude, John, if you want to use that. Thanks. So I'm really pleased to have seen that because there was no quitting. Everybody was talking in the huddles, and I think that was a big key for us.
What was the adjustment after halftime? I mean, you held them to just 26% shooting. I mean, they were having problems scoring the ball.
Yeah, our defense actually through 4 games. I don't know I'm not great with the stats, but I think we've held everybody under 40% shooting. Our defense has been good. We're a better rebounding team this year. It seems when there's a kind of a ball in 2 teams' hands, we kind of come up with our share. And I think we were just more aggressive. I think we let them dictate a little bit in the first half how they were going to play. And in the second half, we did some different things on ball screens just to kind of jumpstart our aggression.
Can you talk more about Cedric? I mean, in terms of him sort of turning it on. I mean, you talked about him needing to be aggressive the whole game, but he really sort of ratcheted it up there late.
He really did. And it's not easy because, again, he's kind of he's running a team that is really struggling to shoot against a zone that's getting more and more packed in, and he's got to turn up the heat on defense. So you have to be aggressive, but it's got to be measured aggression because when you get the ball in offense, the worst thing you can do is just kind of plow into the middle of the zone. He picked his spots. He talked guys through cuts. He was really, really good. And, for a point guard to be able to have 26 points, that's a luxury that we've had before and is nice to have. He's a great player.
Is Derek's play, was that a function of the zone? Is that something you're concerned about? Would you like to see something?
Well, I think it was tough. Traditionally we've been a really good shooting team, far above average. And so we wanted to kind of have an aggressive defensive lineup there, which doesn't always mean your best shooting team. And I think Derek, he had the big 3-point play. He had a big rebound in overtime on a long shot that was missed that kind of sealed the game. It made it a 2-possession game with very little time. And I thought he played well, and I think I'll continue to play well.
You mentioned the team struggles from shooting so far this season. Are you happy with 26 3-point attempts?
Well, I usually like to see us at about, well, it depends on the makes, but usually I like to see us at significantly less than half. So, kind of a third of our overall attempts. I just think against a zone it's different because those are the shots you're getting. And, if you pass up too many, now the zone senses that and they get even tighter. So I would say that traditionally we've made a lot more than 8 for 26. I wish we had shot more 2-point shots, to be honest with you. But as a guy who played, I can see that those are really the shots you're getting.
So Kendall, in overtime, takes the 3 that wasn't a very good shot.
Right.
It comes right back to him.
Yeah.
Do you have a feeling he's going to shoot that?
Yeah. Have you seen him? Yes. And I'm glad he did. Not just because he made it, but his first 2 shots have missed pretty badly. Super rare for him. It's not easy. A guy who's made his kind of reputation as an elite shooter, and he's struggling, but he has guts, man. I mean, he stepped right in there for the next one, and I expected him to, and I think everybody on the team was encouraging him to. So, there aren't too many bad shots for him.
Is it different? One of these sophomores going to step up each game. I mean, Trey had a couple big plays, and it was Terry a couple games ago. I mean, it just.
Yeah, I think so, and the rebounding's good. A lot of the rebounding's coming from those guys, and I really think they're good players, and I think that I think for a little bit it might be one at a time or 2 guys step up. I'm hoping that because they're playing so much, they get to the point where they realize they're really a good group of players and can help us do a lot of good things.
North Carolina is one of those elite names coming on Saturday. Can you just talk about that game?
Yeah, it doesn't get any bigger. I mean, the name of the school, the tradition, the coach, the players, the alumni, it's a great opportunity. We feel like we let an opportunity slip through our fingers on Saturday, to be honest. And this is an even bigger one. You just rarely get, I don't know when the last time Richmond played North Carolina, but you rarely even get to play a team with such a name, one of those top 5 or 6 schools in the country. So we're gonna look at that a little bit, and then we're gonna start to worry about the nuts and bolts and who the guys are wearing the jerseys this year on Thursday.
Do you think it could come down to this team just plays better when they run?
Yeah, I do think we're a good running team, but I do think against Minnesota, they dictated the tempo a little bit much, and you want to kind of dictate when you run and how you run, and but I do think that I think Cedric's phenomenal in transition, and I think we don't have any guys who can't run. All of our all of our front court players can really move, and I think that makes us difficult to defend in transition. So. Yeah, we need to continue to do that and make sure we can get good shots, and I think we will.
Cedric, what was the difference in that second half run, the last maybe 10 minutes of the second half?
I think it was heart and determination. We wanted to win that game. We knew we kind of saw it slipping. We picked up. Coach did a great adjustment and letting us pick up full court. And Trey had a great steal. I came over, and the dude lost the ball out of bounds. And as you see, kind of late in the game, even to the end, we were still scrambling and getting steals. So I think that kind of pressure was a different look than what people see on film. Like, a lot of people don't know that we are athletic enough to be out because of the defense that we choose to play. So I think our guys did a great job of just having that heart and determination.
You make that run with maybe 8 or 9 minutes left to cut the deficit, and I think you tie it, and they separate again. What does it say that you guys were able to regroup again and rally again and force overtime?
I think it just speaks volumes to our team. We had a bunch of young guys, but they don't really play as if they're young. They kind of understand that every possession is important. We all just wanted it. We didn't quit. That was the biggest thing for us tonight. Nobody on our team quit.
Trey, can you sort of talk about taking a lead from Cedric in terms of that determination and not giving up?
Yeah, I mean, Ced definitely led us tonight. He was all over the place, and Kendall, I think, led us as well. But this wasn't a game that we didn't want to lose. We couldn't afford to lose this one. So those last 2 minutes, we kind of just kicked into extra gear. And I think we just started being aggressive. I felt like the first half and the first 10 minutes of the second half, we were really passive and kind of letting them dictate to us how they wanted us to play. So I felt like those last 10 minutes, we kind of dictated the game and were the aggressor.
It's been a while since somebody scored 30-some on Richmond. Could you say a word about the Zeke Upshaw guy? He was a man. I mean, physically, and he knew what he was doing, obviously.
Right, yeah. He was a really good player, and, he killed us tonight. And like you said, he really hurt us. So we can't let someone, come in our gym and beat up on us like that, but we'll take the win, though.
Hey, Cedric, as you look ahead, North Carolina is obviously a marquee name, and playing away from the Robins Center is a big deal for this team, too, because you didn't do so well in that area last year. How do you look at Saturday?
It's just another game for us. We understand that it's North Carolina, but, it's just another team. They put their socks, shoes, and shorts on just like us. So we just got to go out there and play as if it's another team and not scared of the name or of what they have accomplished in the past. It's a new team, and they got to prove to us that they deserve it.
The new rule change, and I know you guys are tired of talking about it, but it seems to really become more apparent when you have to ratchet up the defensive pressure like you did in the second half on that run. How difficult is it to be more aggressive on defense but play within yourselves and not foul with the tighter rules? Do you notice a difference?
A little bit. You can see today some of the guys were kind of getting caught up, and it seemed as if we had our hands up straight up in the air and they were still getting calls, more like bulldozing into us. So you can definitely see that it's a kind of adjustment to the rule, but I think tonight when we had to pressure a little bit, it kind of worked in our favor. We have a bunch of scrappy guys who kind of used to playing from behind and kind of underdogs, and we kind of all been fighting like that our whole lives. So we have a bunch of guys like that, and it's just like I said, it was just determination from the guys today.
Can you talk about Trey's aggressiveness? It seems like every time he was scoring, he was on the ground afterwards. He was really attacking.
Well, yeah, we call him Young Freight Train because once he gets going, you can't stop him. So, even on defense, he had I'm not sure if anybody saw it, but he had a great block at the end of the game tonight. Kind of saved us. He had a great rebound. He got fouled at the end. He's kind of an X factor on our team. He's a young guy, so a lot of people don't really know what he's capable of. But once you've been around him for a while, you'll see it.
On that block, I mean, you're 6'5". Did he just not think you were going to get to it, or it didn't have any other choices, or just talk about that play?
I think I just kind of caught him off guard. I think he had a step on either Seth or Kendall, so I just tried to come over at the end and get it. But, I owed us that one for missing that free throw before, so, I was really mad about missing that free throw, so I had to find a way to make it up on the next play. So I kind of, just trying to do that since I let us down on the other end.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, fellas.